The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
There's a Bluey and Lego pop-up ice cream store that's open in Brisbane for 1 week only.
Hang on, Lego and ice cream.
Celebrating the release of the new Bluey Lego sets. And they've got free ice blocks as well.
What do you mean?
Well, it's
free.
They're doing Bluey Lego, and so there's some type of ice cream shop that's, I don't know,
South
set up in conjunction with it where you can go along. But we were going to have Hamish Blake on the show yesterday. Something or other happened. We couldn't get him on. But I've never done Lego. I don't think I've ever
Built a set?
I don't think I've ever been given Lego as a present, and it was just not a part of my childhood. But then again, neither was Star Wars, so I know that's like...
What were you doing?
I don't know.
I mean, I didn't do much Lego, to be honest, but I do remember using it.
I didn't get any. Like, it just wasn't even on my radar.
It was big. It was big for me. Which
Yeah, I imagine that you would have been in it. You probably would have done Lego Star Wars.
No, I wasn't into Star Wars for a long time, so that wasn't sets that were given to me. But
I never did Lego Star Wars.
You build it a bunch of times, then you take it apart. You build your own things. But like now, I've got my 3 boys, and my oldest, he was never into it. And I look at him like I'm like pushing Lego his way. I'm like, this is just what kids do, right? You have blocks and you build stuff.
But did they build like a set things? So I never did that. Like I'd be just building crap.
Yeah.
Like, a crap house. Just something in my brain.
Yeah.
I was never going, I'm building the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'd have to build them first and sort of, I don't know, maybe look at them and appreciate them in their, the form of the booklet, and then I'd rip it apart and go, okay, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah. I don't even remember the booklets. We just had a box full of random
things.
Do you buy it like a jigsaw puzzle? Like, do they say
now.
this is what you're buying? Yeah, well, clearly with Bluey, you'd be buying something, and if you do it right, you set up Bluey?
Yeah.
That's what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think back in the day, they would give you almost 3 different options about what they could look like, but really you get the one thing. But now they're, I mean, look at the Star Wars thing. If they come out with everything. If you're aligned with Lego, I mean, quite often with these big movies, they almost spoil the movie because they come out and they go, this is the end of the film. They'll release it in like a Lego set 6 months out. So for Bluey to sort of team up.
What are the cool things you remember as a kid? Like I remember getting the A-Team was the TV show.
Really?
The A-Team. Yeah. I remember getting it was essentially an action full big set, like a big boxed set where it had like a camping site. I had the van that they drove, that black van with the red stripe, and a machine gun and a car, a whole thing. That was probably the best thing I remember getting, like a set of that.
Yeah.
Mine was I had like a 2-foot. It was like a cargo ship almost, like sort of something that would transport, like it would float. You would put weights in the bottom of it, and it would.
Star Wars?
No, just a boat. I don't remember getting any sort of branded, like any franchise or anything attached to it. The idea that they even did like the A-Team, I would have known that what that was as a kid, but I would have taken that.
Yeah, that was cool. That's why I remember playing with that for a long time.
I remember it was later than primary school, so it would have been in high school when Rambo came out, First Blood.
Yeah,
and I went to the Ekka, and they were selling, in inverted commas, authentic John Rambo knives. I remember having one of them.
Just a plastic
this is unreal. It's got a compass on it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Had a compass at the base of it or something, right?
And drops of real blood included.
I was going to need that around the mean streets of Runaway Bay.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
The Society on the Star Stradbroke Day, your premium race day experience. Book now at brc.com.au. Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne's Horseplay, Yay or Nay.
Yeah, the Star Stradbroke Day at Eagle Farm. It's the jewel in the crown of Stradbroke season. And this is an opportunity for you and 5 friends to do the whole race day in style. We got you there, Liam, out of Springfield.
Yeah, mate, you got me.
Okay, now this is horseplay, yay or nay. Okay?
All right.
David at the moment has got his horse's head on, and he's got the bridle in his mouth.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's going to be a little bit distorted, but he's going to give you a racing fact, okay? And then all you have to do is tell us if it's true or not. If it's true, you say yay, and if it's false, you say nay.
All right, got it.
And if you're correct, you're into the draw to win this ultimate Star Stradbroke Day experience, okay? So
Yep,
over to you, Lutzi. What fact have you got for Liam with your bridle in tow?
Hang on, I'm just reading it properly. Okay, all right. Okay.
The red bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out that it's right. Black Caviar. I'm just going to read this. Black Caviar was undefeated in 25 races, but was only a sprinter and thus didn't race in the Melbourne Cup.
No.
You're saying that's not true?
You're saying that's not true? Or-
No.
The answer is false. It's nay. So you're correct. You said nay, that's correct.
Experience well.
There you go.
There we go.
Easy as that, mate. You're in the draw for the Ultimate Star Stradbroke Day experience.
Unreal. Cheers, fellas.
5-hour gold beverage.
Yeah, you don't go. I can't do it.
You don't want to do the credit
I
line?
want to do the credit line. I've got to ride with it now.
You got a limo there and back, and a Westfield gift card as well, mate.
No, that'll be unreal.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Oh, we've got Kurt Fernley. Here we go. Let's talk to the legend
we got
himself. Yes.
Kurt.
Let's. I'll get the plug out of the way first of all. The Lego
Yes.
Group launched the new Lego Bluey set. You can get free ice cream at the pop-up at Brisbane South Bank through until June the 8th. And we've seen you on the TV this morning as well. Kurt, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. Loving life.
As you always do, brother. Good to talk to you. Now, just explain exactly how are you in Bluey? Are you a character in Bluey?
I am. I think I'm the only character that has both my name, as in it's renowned as it's got a banner that says Kurt Fernley, and the character's name I think is Sparky. So I'm in Surprise, the last episode of the season 3.
So you're a television commentator during a wheelchair racing sort of sequence.
And I'm the voice. I forgot about that. I'm the voice
That's
of the
what-
wheelchair race
That's
as
what
well.
I'm saying.
So I
You're actually
commentate
in
it.
Bluey. Yes, right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
I am, man. You know what? I've got 4 kids now, right? And it's been a long time since racing wheelchairs, and they only boast about the one episode I voiced 3 lines there, Bluey. So it's a win.
Right. Well, at least you've finally done something to impress them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Finally, yeah, I've crossed that bridge.
Mate, we were having a chat earlier on in the show about your amazing career and just, so many highlights. But I was saying, as a group, we did the Kokoda back in 2015. And every time I hear your name, it's the first thing that jumps into my head is that you did Kokoda. And I'm just wondering where that ranked in terms of of all the difficult achievements that you've accomplished. How hard was Kokoda? What did that mean
mate.
to you?
I couldn't be so far away from Kokoda at the moment, enjoying this beautiful sun and sitting down at South Bank and playing with Lego. But Kokoda was brutal, mate. Like, it was a marathon for breakfast, lunch and dinner for 11 straight days. Like, you're dragging yourself through mud, leeches where leeches should never be. You know, the soreness and the aching of your entire body for, maybe 8 months after, you're still trying to get the ache out of your knuckle. It's, mate, it was single-handedly the most amazing experience to be a part of, but boy, I won't make a second one.
No, one and done. You're
One and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it harder than getting a flat tyre at the Athens Paralympics and having to ride across cobblestone streets with flat tyres?
Oh, mate, you're like my PR agent. You've done your research.
We're very good. We're very good for you. We're very good for you on this show.
Yeah, mate, those were, like a marathon, you've always got to deal with the discomfort or the things that the course or the atmosphere throws at you. That's just the cost of doing business, but they hurt. But you usually get through it and you bounce back better the next time.
Hey, Kurt, I'll tell you what's cool with Bluey and the fact that obviously you're representing, the voice of a television commentator during a wheelchair racing sequence. I presume that wheelchairs or racing or sport is playing a role in such an influential show now. The head of the World Paralympic Association was in town last week, and I was lucky enough to catch up with him with one of your colleagues, Andrew Liveris, for 2032. And he said, I think he was saying how I'm going to say Mexico, they have these, the big TV shows are so influential there. Those dramatic sort of Mexican sort of TV shows. And they had a character, a paraplegic character that actually started featuring as a regular star of the show, and it completely changed the way people deal with people with disabilities in that country. So we can't underestimate how Bluey can actually have that impact for people with disabilities.
Oh, mate, whenever you are able to get people with disability in front of the largest audience, especially as kids, it gives this kind of acceptance, this medium that somebody in a wheelchair, somebody who is blind, all variation of disability. As a kid, if you get to normalise that, if you get to have that in your life, it makes it so much harder to other it down the track. And there really has been countries that have progressed this a lot quicker than Australia, making sure that it's on the telly. And the BBC over in the US, over in the UK, they've had presence there for a long time. But culturally, I think Australia is really starting to grab hold of the Paralympic movement. And I'm so excited for 2032, mate. Yeah. This is a real opportunity to make sure that we do use the Games, the Paralympic Olympic Games, as a lever to make sure that we get people's lives better.
Yeah, congrats on your job with the OCOG, mate. They're doing a fine job there as well.
What's the OCOG?
Oh, the organising committee for 2032. Kurt's front and centre with that as well, which is great.
Good on you. Well done.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. So this is great. So how long? This runs from the 3rd to the 8th. It's South Bank. Free ice cream grabbed my attention, Kurt.
Well, it's ice cream made out of Lego bricks. So, mate,
at least it won't melt in the Queensland sun.
That's true. Well, it's recreating the episode ice cream, which is, the kids go in and get a strawberry ice cream, a mango ice cream in Lego bricks, as well as Duplo as well. So I've got my 4 have so many Lego bricks and Duplo that they're trying to stash in our bags. I don't know whether they're going to get home.
Well, that's great. So that's on till the 8th. It's the pop-up at Brisbane South Bank, the Lego Group, the launch of new Lego Bluey. And Kurt down there today. You can go meet Kurt Fernley and his kids as well. But great stuff, mate. Great to be a part of that. And we look forward to seeing more of you in the countdown to 2032.
Nice to chat to you guys.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne's Destination Unknown. Destination Unknown.
You've got to make a decision
pretty quickly.
Within 3 seconds. If it's outside of 3 seconds, you won't go into the draw.
So just to clarify, because I feel like yesterday there was a sort of you'll get a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and at the moment that 3, 2, 1, bang,
yes,
the answer has to be there. It's not like a 3, 2, 1. Oh, geez, oh God, I really like no, you're gone, and you're not in any of the draws then.
Nope.
No.
It's got to be 3, 2, 1, go.
And at the moment, there's only one person that's in the draw. That's Jodie from Newbeath yesterday, who won her way in. And this morning we've got Belinda out of Caboolture. What's going on, Belinda? You well?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, but I'm not on the verge of winning an amazing holiday. If it was anything like yesterday, you couldn't go wrong. It was either New York or Italy. So I'm not sure what's in store for today.
Although Mount Etna's erupting this morning, and that is not a metaphor.
No.
No.
It sounds like it is, but it's
Thanks,
not.
Belinda. You're very kind, man. Appreciate that.
But are you ready, Belinda? You ready for the voiceover man? And you understand the rules?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
You're about to be presented 2 destinations to choose from. You must answer as soon as the countdown finishes. Here are your destinations unknown. Feel the magic at Disneyland. Or cruise the Caribbean in style. We need your decision in 3, 2, 1.
Caribbean.
Okay. Well, that's certainly ticked every box for quickness. You are right in there as we requested, Belinda. Caribbean, Ashley.
Yeah, this is the trip. You fly to Miami, and then you depart on a cruise ship where you cruise the Bahamas, just like it said. You'll enjoy onboard shows, whatever activities they have on the ship as well, but you can also take excursions to the islands and get into the snorkeling and the kayaking. I've never done the Bahamas before. Have you ever been over there? You went to somewhere or other called those dolphin fish you sent me. That wasn't the Bahamas.
No, that was Costa Rica.
That was Costa Rica. Yeah.
I've
never done the Bahamas.
Mitch? Never.
He's never done the Bahamas.
Look at me.
Look at him.
I've never been overseas.
What?
Oh,
Get that passport sorted first and foremost.
Oh, yeah. Holla.
yeah, good. All right, well,
In the draw.
you gave up the trip to Disneyland. That would have been unreal as well. But yeah, cruise the Caribbean. You are in the draw, Belinda. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's our Destination Unknown. Your next chance to choose between 2 epic destinations coming up tomorrow.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Each and every week we talk to someone from KO. You have live Saturday footy this round.
Oh, yeah.
And every round with no ad breaks in play. Get on board with KO Sports. Jordan Lewis,
Indeed.
we've got this morning. Hello, mate. How you going?
Good morning. I've just made it in time. You can hear me okay?
We got you.
Your timing was just impeccable. Like, he arrived with, I'd say, about 5 seconds remaining on that song. You just slid into the seat there and you're ready to go.
Well, I'm usually an organised person, so this was my thinking. I thought I'd drive into the Nova studio in Melbourne, sit in the car and do the interviews from the car, because I read the rundown sheet and it said in studio for Brisbane, in studio for Perth. I said, there's no way I can get into in studio for all of those destinations. And then it clicked. Oh, no, I'll just come into Nova and do it all from here.
That's the way we do it, mate.
And speaking of timing, look, our Lions up here have been just getting through, winning matches.
Second on the table,
staying up
so,
the top
yeah.
of the table, but. They're going to have to step it up a notch, I think, against the Crows this weekend. Currently in third position. Adelaide, Friday night, 7:40. This is a big one and at a very important time of the season.
I think so. I think, not like you guys up there, although your weather has been a bit shonky, but it starts to get a bit cold and wet and windy down here, and some of the games can become, a little bit dour. But I think this game on Friday night, and seriously, two sides that can seriously play. You've got a Brisbane Lions team that is trying to contend again. They've been up the top echelon of the ladder for 3 to 4 years now, so they are a solid football club, and Adelaide are trying to prove themselves. So, Adelaide had a fantastic win against Sydney last week. A demolition, really. But to this is where you want to pitch yourself. If you want to be successful and you want to try and knock off the reigning premiers, what better chance to do it on a Friday night?
Yeah, big weekend too. I think the Geelong play Gold Coast as well, which is another top six.
What do you
clash.
make of the Gold Coast? We've been talking about, I know it's an outside chance, but it's a chance that
it's got to be right.
The premiership this year could
Currently
be
in fourth.
determined by two Queensland teams. Yeah, the Suns are. Yeah, what'd you say? Let's see, fourth on the ladder at the moment. Like, hypothetically, Jordan.
Don't get
hypothetically.
I can see him sitting there going,
roll
"Get your
with me
hand
here."
off it."
But if the premiership was decided by two Queensland teams, would the atmosphere there on grand final day just be as good as ever?
There's been non-Melbourne.
There'll be 11,000
two
there like
Queensland
there was on the
teams.
weekend at your People's First Stadium.
Yes.
No, I mean, I think truly, it's clearly an Australia-wide game. It's the Gold Coast. I think the Gold Coast. They've spent a lot of time. Trying to develop a culture of a team and get themselves to a point where they can be taken seriously. And I think they've reached that point, with Damien coming in as coach and a few acquisitions over the off-season. So this, I think, the test will be come finals, having no finals experience and how they react and play in those types of games. But you could see the frustration in Damien Hardwick's face over the weekend with the game that he would think have got away. But hey, anything is possible in this game, and certainly those two sides, I think will be playing September football.
Yeah, awesome, mate. I know that you're a bit of a basketball nut as well, and obviously NBA Finals. And we should say every game of the NBA Finals series live on KO Sports. So Indiana up against OCT. This is real business end stuff now, isn't it? It's been unreal the last few weeks.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed that Joe and Minnesota couldn't get through. It would have been nice to see an Aussie bring home a big flashy ring. Yeah. But yeah, I find like there's a lot of sports that sort of don't fit into your lifestyle, but NBA does. You feel a bit lazy sitting on the couch at about sort of
10:30 in the morning. I love it. Particularly if you're a breakfast radio host, Jordan. I get home, lie on the couch.
Yeah, be like, hey, it's the NBA Finals. It's the one thing I do for the year. So I'll be certainly sitting back guilt free.
The one thing. I don't think any of us are buying that. Anyway, you're doing a great job with KO, mate. And as we said, live Saturday footy this round, every round, no ad breaks in play. Get on board with KO Sports. Good to chat to you, Jordan Lewis. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Good stuff. Thanks for having me.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I think he's on the line, the Premier.
Yeah, he is.
I can see David Christofoli has called in. Good morning, Premier.
Good morning, team. You told me to call early. Here I am at your command. Good morning, all.
We were just
Sorry
about
for
to
waking
launch
up.
on something else, mate. You snuck in by the
What else?
barest
What-
of margins.
Look, I'm here just to serve you and
Yep.
fulfil your hopes and ambitions. So here I am.
You're literally a
Good morning.
public servant, mate. That's one job. Just serve us.
How are you, team? All going well?
Yeah, very
We're
good.
going pretty good. We're looking in this paper and trying to get our head around Destination 2045. What is this exactly, and what is it aimed at, and what is it hoping to deliver?
Well, it's finally a proper coordinated plan for tourism, and it pivots on something that's very important and near and dear to your heart, which is the 2032 Games.
Indeed.
So, in essence, it's a 20-year plan for tourism, but that doesn't mean we sit around for 18 years scratching our heads waiting to see what comes. It's the opposite. It's we get cracking now on delivering new product, on attracting new airline routes, on bringing events to this place. And then in 2032, when the eyes of the world are on us, that's when we go boom and hit the afterburners and go to the next level. So in essence, it's everything from connectivity. So how can we attract new flights and improve road linkages across the state? Now, I've spoken a lot. I do believe one of the missing pieces in our jigsaw puzzle is a direct flight to and from India. So we're going to be fighting hard to get that. That would open up some huge opportunities. We then talk about an event strategy. I want to be the events capital of the country and going very, very hard at attracting new events and bolstering the ones that we've got and taking to the next level. And then there's what we're calling 45 by 2045, which is 45 new ecotourism projects. Now, I look at places like Tasmania and New Zealand. They have taken their tourism offering to the next level by doing ecotourism. And I think we have a better product development, better weather and better people. And I think we can really capitalise on it and just I look at the opportunities for mountain biking. Look at the opportunities for people to go on a 5-day walk where you overnight in some really nice, luxurious but low impact housing opportunities. Like all of that lies ahead of us if we get this right. And this is a 20-year plan to deliver that vision. But get cracking today, we will.
I'll tell you what's really interesting, Premier, is like, and that's why we have to start this now, is because for all these things are fantastic. And imagine if the state had all these great things over the next 10, 20, 30 years. But also within that, I remember coming back from the Paris Olympics and just the consensus from texts I was getting was like, oh my God, did you see Paris? All these wonderful buildings, the Eiffel Tower. What are we going to do? We haven't got cobblestone streets. We haven't got all these great old buildings. But off the back of that, I've never been more optimistic about our chance to crush it, not only with 2032 but beyond, because of the realisation of all the natural beauty and all the great things we do have that these other cities don't have. And within that, that's awesome. We can leverage that. But also within that, it's the responsibility of the people of Queensland, or at least for the right people to communicate this to the people of Queensland, that we have to move with these changes. And so that, for instance, if we have this great cosmopolitan city where we've got restaurants open at 11 p.m., the culture's got to change there, that people in Brisbane aren't eating at 6:30 at night. Otherwise, it's pointless, right?
Lutzy, we aren't Paris and we aren't LA. That's great. We're Queensland. We'll do it the Queensland way. And that's a really, really important thing. And what we do have is authenticity, and we have this amazing natural beauty. Now, if you couple that with a world-class stadium and better connectivity to and from the Gold and the Sunny Coast, if you couple that with a brand-new aquatic centre, if you couple that with all of the energy we're getting with tourism, going to the next level, this is going to be magnificent for us. And you hit the nail on the head. It's not just about those few weeks of competition, which is really, really special. Of course it is. But it's about how can we make things better for every Queenslander every day, before and after. And I do believe with this plan, we will see projects that we've only ever dreamed of, and they will be game-changing and world-class, because our natural offerings, our natural attractions are world-class. We've just got to find a way to bring them to market in a respectful way. And natural attractions are always the best, and which is why I just think your moustache is so wonderful.
Yeah, to bring it up.
Well, we don't know if it's natural or not. I reckon there's some colour in it to sort of keep the grey out.
Red,
yes.
said nobody ever.
It's got the red Nico pen out. No, but when you talk about our natural wonders, like the first thing that springs to mind for me, of course, is the Great Barrier Reef. I mean, not only is it, it stretches the whole way down our coastline, it's got to be the envy of every other state in Australia. Would love to have that off their coastline. Are there things you're looking to sort of showcase that, especially in 2032? Because I'll bet you there's so many people that we watch in the Olympics that aren't aware of just how pristine and beautiful that our reef system is, and it's vital that we protect it as well.
Very much so, Ash. Last night when we did the launch of this, and we had 550 people there, most of them a small and family business in the industry, we had reps from the far north through to the southern part of the Great Barrier Reef, and all of them are genuinely energetic, and they are looking to take their products to the next level, because they do believe when people discover who we are and what we stand for, that there is a golden generation for them. The reef's special, but it's not just about the reef. Think about the quality of the beaches we have so close to the capital. Think about the offering in Western Queensland. Like that is, you talk about money can't buy experiences, Mount Isa, Longreach. Think about the opportunities for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander tourism. We've got an amazing story to tell there, and I reckon there's a really golden opportunity to get young people into jobs and tell that the story of the longest running continual culture on the planet. There's some really, really good opportunities, and this is the plan to bring it to fruition.
Yeah, and I think just to reiterate from before, for the people of Queensland, and particularly people listening now in Brisbane, to not just sit there and go, okay, we'll just be a part of this when it happens. To start, I think our best asset is our people right now to be able to spread these messages, and as these things start happening, for people to support it and be proud of where we live, which is a really huge part of it. That pride in where you live is such an integral part of the quality of life that we can have.
Be proud, be ambitious, and be willing to invest here. And by invest, I mean everything from if you're able to one day buy your first home, where else would you want to do it but Queensland? Like the long-term bones and the future of this place is so secure that it's a great investment long-term for you. If you're someone who's got a small business and you want to take that to the next level, invest here, because it's going to be a great opportunity for you to grow that and be successful. We are on the cusp of something really, really significant. I really believe that. I think this is in the next decade and beyond, people will look at Queensland as one of the great states, and they'll look at Brisbane as one of the great capital cities on the planet. And I think the fundamentals are right. We've got a plan, and we're working on a number of things, and we've got some challenges in terms of our services as we grow, and we've mapped out plans for that. Things like our health system and our getting on top of youth crime. They're the challenges we have to overcome. But I look at the investment framework, I look at what the Olympic and Paralympic Games will do and our plan for that. I look at the opportunity for infrastructure that will be able to meet the growth challenges but also give people a job. And then I look at the things that make this state so special: tourism, mining, agriculture, investment in medical and education, research. This is a state going places, and I want people to be ambitious.
All right, that's enough, Premier. Go back to bed, mate. You've had a big morning. Relax, all right? We appreciate you joining us, all right? Thank you.
Well, it's less of a carve up than normal, so I'll take that. Thank you.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.